Ladies and gentlemen, this is Omnibros Live, and we are coming at you live from the motherland of America. At least I am. I am coming at you live from Orlando, Florida. Everything is good over here. How are you, Mr. Jess Bragg, your silver fox?
Hit him with the hind.
Hey, Baba Booey.
Baba Booey to you. I'm doing well.
Good, man. Good. As you can tell, we are one man short right now. To be honest,
short man short.
Yeah, one short man short. Is Riley shorter than I?
I don't know. No, I think he's about 5'7".
He's about my height.
I think he's probably your height.
Yeah, he's about 5'7". He is the youngest of us, though.
Yeah, I don't remember towering over him like Gabe towers over us.
Oh yeah, I look like a child next to Gabe. For those of you that are wondering where Riley is, we don't know. To be completely honest, the last message we got was probably like an hour ago saying, "Hey guys, I should be able to make it on time to the show. There was a situation with my car, but I should be fine." Since then, we have not heard from him. So anybody out there in Austin want to hit him up and see where he's at?
He's making kofife. Kofife.
I don't even know. How do you pronounce it?
He's making kofife.
Kofife.
I think it's up to interpretation. Kofife. I've been saying it all day. Just kofife.
Kofife is the word.
There he is. Kofife, Riley. Kofife,
Riley.
Kofife.
Happy Kofife.
Kofife to you. We cannot hear you.
I can't hear him.
Are you saying kofife? Because if you are, we cannot hear you. Kofife.
How tall is Gabe? 7'2".
Minute bowl plus a couple inches.
Come on. We got nothing, Riley. It makes a grand introduction, blows it.
Yeah, really. He's there on time. Come on, Kofife. My little Kofife.
I'm going to get a dog and name that.
Kofife.
Riley's mic went Kofife.
Riley, your mic's all Kofife. We can't hear you. Do it through sign language.
I don't know. Do you know sign language?
No.
Me either. I think this is I love you, I think. Unless he's really messing with us at this point.
Are you Kofifeing with us? I don't know what's going on. That's funny.
We've started off really strong this week.
Phenomena. Do 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 do. Phenomena. Do 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 do. Phenomena. Do 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 do. He's gonna sign back in.
And he's gone.
The fabulous Riley Moore, everybody. Hey, everybody. That was Riley Moore coming at you from Austin, Texas.
I got it. I got you. In honor of Wonder Woman coming out today. This generation doesn't know about that. Oh, this generation will have no clue what that is.
The greatest Wonder Woman ever.
We're saying, Riley, can you hear me?
Riley, can you hear me? Riley, cannot hear you.
There should be a mute microphone button. Check to see if that's turned on.
Riley, can you hear me?
Let me tell you about my best friend.
My one boy, cuddly toy, my ups, my downs, my pride and joy. I know that song too. Well, we get to look at Riley.
All right. So until Riley fixes his audio issues, he's working on that in the background. Let's just go ahead and kick this thing off with Mr. Jess Bragg. Now, I've seen your in-stock trades order for this week, dude. Holy crap. What have you picked up?
That's my June 1st order. They got placed May 30th.
Yes. So what have you picked up this week?
Well, I actually ended up picking up quite a bit anyway. I sort of forgot over the weekend I was alone, so I didn't. My wife was away for the weekend, and so I just to make myself feel better, I ordered a bunch of stuff, and it all came in today, just in time for this broadcast. So I got Before Watchmen. This is the Comedian and Warsack issue. And I like Before Watchmen, and I think people who don't are just Haiti McHaters. So I got Superman Omnibus, the Golden Age, #4. They're pumping these things out. It's great.
Yeah, they're wasting no time getting those things out, man.
I don't know anything about Cassandra Cain, so I got 2 Cassandra Cain books as Batgirl. I wanted to find out about her. And I got both the Vinyl Underground books. I don't know anything about them other than Cy Spencer wrote them, and I like him. And it has to do with vinyl, so I like vinyl, so we're going to see. Those are, I think they're Vertigo books, yeah. And then I got a graphic novel called Tumor, because I read good things about it. And I got 4 volumes of, I got 5 volumes of Harrow County.
Man, I really want to read that. How is that?
Don't know. I remember reading a couple issues in floppy form when I was collecting floppies, and my LCS guy was all over it. So I just went for it and decided to get all of them. I forgot there were 5 volumes. It's by Cullen Bunn. I like his stuff, so it should be good. Then I got the book, Brian Azzarello, who I like, did Moonshine. This is the DCBS version.
I need that. I need to read Moonshine.
Yeah. It's got werewolves during Prohibition, so why not?
I've heard that's really good.
I bet it is. Then I got, of course, I love Greg Rucka, so I got New Gotham. And last couple books, Teen Titans, because I'm on a Jeff Lemire tear. Teen Titans Earth 1, Book 2. Earth 1, Book 2.
That's Jeff Lemire, right? That's the second book from...
Yeah.
How was the first?
I like the first one. It's a different Teen Titans that I'm used to, but I liked it a lot.
Yeah.
I don't know that it got the universal love that all the other Earth 1 books did. And then I got really pretty Lantern City books. This is a steampunk story, which I love. And these are really nice. Nice hardcovers from IDW. No, Archaea. Yeah. Okay. Well, it's easy for you to say.
It looks really nice.
These are really nice volumes. I mean, there's really nice artwork and everything. So it's really crisp pages, nice glossy pages. I'm totally into this. This might be my next read. So that's what I got, dude.
You got a pretty good haul there, man. I can't wait to see next week because I've seen what you're ordering, and you
crazy.
Yeah, you had a real heavy week. This week.
Yeah, that was basically June's budget. I don't know what I'm gonna do. I think I have a little bit left for June, but yeah, that was pretty close to blowing June's budget. What I did on Tuesday.
Dude, yeah, I saw it. Next week, the final volume of Goon comes out.
Oh dear.
Yeah.
Well, maybe I can order that and a couple small books because I'm penniless at the moment. Now that for June almost. What did you get?
Me, it's been a pretty good week for me. You know, I went to con and stuff like that. Didn't pick up. I didn't pick up anything at the convention. Aside from a few volumes of a manga that I'll talk about in a minute. But I picked up, that's the book I'm going to talk about later. I picked up the Velvet hardcover by Ed Brubaker and Mr. Stephen Epting, or Steve Epting, I believe is the name. Steve Epting, his longtime collaborator on Winter Soldier, Captain America, that run. Velvet centers around a spy organization and a middle-aged female spy. I have heard very, very good things, and it's at the end of the day, it's Ed Brubaker. So even Ed Brubaker's worst stuff is still some of the best comics that are being published today.
What is his worst stuff, do you think? Even and he's still good.
I really don't know. I don't think I've ever, in all sincerity, I don't think I've really ever read an Ed Brubaker comic where I've gone, I didn't like that.
Yeah.
I mean, I've liked his stuff to varying degrees. I've liked some things more than others, but there's never been one where I've said I flat out hate it.
Yeah.
Gotham Central was great. I love Gotham Central. I liked Greg Rucka's issues more than Ed Brubaker's issues. It was kind of interesting to see because they were kind of going head to head writing stories at the same time for the book, and it was cool seeing which one I liked more, and Rucka won out far and away.
Yeah, those are my two favorite authors.
Oh, Gotham Central, so good.
Where is that?
Huh?
Where I'm looking for where I have that. I need to read it. I have it. I just it's just not showing up in my memory banks right now. Okay. Yeah.
So that was good. Liked his Iron Fist. I thought that was really good. What else? I loved his Captain America, Fatale, Scene of the Crime, Criminal, which I'm going through right now and rereading the series, is incredibly well done. It's phenomenal.
Yeah, I love Criminal.
He's just overall such a great writer, and he's working on Westworld right now.
Oh, he is?
He's a writer on Westworld.
I love the soundtrack to that, and you've been bugging me to watch that. I really do need to watch it.
Yeah, you would dig Westworld a lot. But yeah, I picked that up. Really nice little hardcover collection. I dig the art on this. Steve Epting's art is as solid as ever. I think it might be some of his better stuff too. You've read some of this, correct?
I read it when it first came out in floppies, and I've forgotten it now, so I need to reread it. That's a big book.
Yeah, it's about the size of the other book that I'm about to show you in a minute. That's really good. I also picked up the East of West Apocalypse Year 2 edition.
Nice.
I've been dying to figure out what happens next in East of West, especially once you finish the last issue in Year 1 involving the whole child thing and all that other stuff.
Right.
Fantastic series. I personally think it's far and away the best thing that Hickman is writing out of the big two. Out of the big two and at Image Comics, I think this is hands down some of the best stuff that he is writing, centering around the apocalypse and what happens far off in the future and kind of this Western wasteland sci-fi future. It's really, really cool. Hickman really has a knack for building all of these different worlds and populating them and really getting down to what makes the world tick. I've commented a few times in the past how I don't think Hickman's characters are the most fully fleshed out and how he centers more on plot and character. He doesn't really have that problem in this book for whatever reason. A lot of the characters in here are really well developed. They're fully fleshed out, and they are really, really, really fascinating, especially the main character, Death. I love the main character of Death. And there were so many twists and turns in the first volume that just had my jaw on the floor, especially involving the character of Death's wife and the revelations that come out of that and the whole situation that came out of that situation and things like just so many brilliant little moves and a few sets of issues that I was dying to pick up the second year of this, and it does not disappoint from what I've heard. I think you and Riley told me that it's really good stuff.
I loved it. Yeah, I loved it, and you're gonna love it. I bet.
Did you feel it was better than the first year?
I don't feel it was better than the first year. It's much different than the first year because you've already had all the characters introduced, and it's just what they're up to in the second year. I think it's equal to the first year. It's just as good as the first year. Those are my feelings. I enjoyed it just as much as the first year.
But that about does it as far as what I have bought this week. No,
yes.
Okay.
What'd you do?
Huh?
I had to like do
Hey, Kafifi!
Confife.
I did a satanic incantation. Sold my soul so I could make it here.
Hey, I
Nice.
sold my soul to get with my girl and a Klondike bar. Best damn Klondike bar I've ever had.
I hope so.
Oh, it was fantastic.
I also ate a peanut butter and jelly sandwich in the meantime.
Slacker. Here we are, the rest of us working hard, and Riley's eating.
So what's going on? What are we doing?
We just literally finished talking about what it was that we bought. So if you got anything you bought,
Show it.
I bought stuff today,
hey.
but it's not going to arrive until later.
Oh.
So
So what good are you? What'd you sign up for? Why are you on the air then?
I don't know. I probably should have just stayed in limbo.
Okay. So since Riley doesn't have anything that he bought this week, one last thing that I bought. I picked up volumes 5, 6, 7, and 8 of Tokyo Ghoul. Love Tokyo Ghoul so far, and I cannot wait to keep reading this series.
Have you read that, Riley?
Really good.
But I had read like almost everything that you were talking about, Jess, like Harrow County and stuff like that.
Oh, you have?
Yeah.
How is Harrow County?
It's really fantastic. It's one of the better like horror type of comics that's on the stands right now. It's really
good.
creepy.
Is that Gail Simone?
No, Harrow County is Cullen Bunn.
I don't know why I thought that was Gail Simone for some reason.
Gail Simone, her recent one was not Unfollow. It's the other one that came out at the same time.
She's got
Clean Room.
There it is, Clean Room. Jess has talked about Clean Room before.
Yeah, I love that series. That's the best thing she's ever written, I think.
I still like Secret Six best from her.
That's true. That's solid.
I have the first
Way
two
solid.
trades. I haven't read it yet. I've got the first two trades.
Of Clean Room or Secret Six?
Secret Six.
Both.
But yeah, what have you guys read this week? Anybody pick anything up? Read anything interesting? All that good stuff?
I read 5 books. I read volumes 1, 2, and 3 of Invisible Republic, which is really, really good. Some cool world building in this. I like it a lot. I'm going to review it for my channel. I love the whole thing. And the king of world building books ever, Lazarus.
Yeah.
I read both volumes, and the attention to detail in this book is mind-boggling.
Yeah.
What Greg Rucka and his cohorts get into in this is the attention to detail. When you get into the back of the book and you read exactly what they did, is incredible. I mean, they specifically took time to design everything on the computer screens and the walls and everything. There's nothing missing in this thing. The attention to detail is incredible. This is one of the most amazing world building series I've ever read. I just thought the world of it.
So you read all the back matter, right? You read the timeline that explains everything that happened. It's incredible.
Yeah, that timeline's epic.
It's probably one of the best lessons in world building that I've ever seen in a comic. It's insane.
Totally agree.
How much time and thought and effort that is put into this universe and the groundwork, how every single family came out of this situation that happened years and years ago, and how one corporation bought like cell phones and they went in the military and stuff. It's insane how detailed he is with his universe.
Yeah, it's unbelievable. And then they staged fights so they could take pictures of it, so the artist would be able to create realistic fight scenes, and they staged fights, and he sketched them from those fight scenes. It's amazing, and you can't. It's a mistake to skip that back matter because that really puts flesh on the bones of the whole thing. You really have to read that back matter.
Mm-hmm.
It's incredibly important to read that back matter.
Right.
It makes the story so much better.
Can't stress this enough. If you read Lazarus, pick up the hardcover editions, but read the back matter. It's a lot of reading, but it's all extremely fascinating, and it's really good stuff, and it helps build that universe.
Yeah, the back matter on the first book took me as long to read as the first book itself.
Mm-hmm.
But it is time well spent.
Mm-hmm. Anything else?
That's it.
That's it. Riley?
Kofife. That's it.
I just read a decent chunk of Berserk, still just pushing through.
You're well past the golden age at this point.
Yeah, I actually on volume 22, which is the first volume of in this volume they call it the Hawk of the Millennium Empire arc, but in all the others it's called the Falcon of the Millennium Empire arc. So I finished the Golden Age, and I finished all of the Conviction arc this last week. Conviction starts out a little bit like but then once you get after the first volume of Conviction, it's just fucking balls to the wall, and there's all these crazy fucking characters that get introduced, and it's Guts as the Black Swordsman as he was before the Golden Age arc started. So you get to see him, at his full, I don't want to say full power, but completely enraged because of the events that had already unfolded previously. And it's just really interesting to see how that plays out and stuff. And then for you in particular, being a fan of Griffith's character and interested in him, Conviction ends with a pretty big note for him, and he plays a giant part, it looks like, going forward in the series. So yeah,
I'm only on volume 7 so far, and I like Griffith. Griffith fascinates me as a character because I know he's going to turn, because they've already told you that he's going to turn. He's
really, they show you in the first arc what he becomes,
right?
And now they're just explaining who he was, and giving you that background on he wasn't always this way. Who was he before, and why did he all of a sudden become this? And when you get to the last couple of volumes of the Golden Age, you really get that why he becomes what he is, and it's fuck, Jesus Christ, it goes down. But yeah, it's at this point, it's safe to say that I'm fully addicted to this series.
That's cool.
I take the book into the bathroom with me at work.
I wondered how long it would take for us to get to you in the bathroom.
To me commenting about it?
Yeah. Your favorite subject.
But yeah, I take it into the bathroom with me at work to read, just because I'm that engrossed. I'm I gotta read more. But aside from, and I also have started watching the original Berserk anime just to see how they adapted it back then. And then after that, I'll watch I've already watched the first movie. I'll watch the other 2 movies and then the current series. As long as I don't go ahead of myself, I'll keep watching and stuff. I just don't want to spoil anything for myself. I know that they're currently adapting the arc that I'm on in the books. So once I get past whoever they are, I'll just tunnel through. But I watch the show in the morning while I'm ironing my clothes and stuff and eating breakfast. And aside from that, I also read a bunch of like the new issues of stuff. Nothing terribly interesting from last week, but this week there's a new issue of Secret Empire that was pretty interesting. And then the final issues of both Moon Knight and Old Man Logan by Jeff Lemire hit stands. And both of those had pretty decent conclusions, especially Moon Knight. I really loved the entirety of Jeff Lemire's Moon Knight run.
Good stuff. Yeah, I have a gut feeling that Berserk is going to do that thing that I love but also hate in comics, where they take a character that I know he's an asshole, and I love him, and I love the character, and when they turn him, I'm going to understand why he turned, or eventually I will get to that point where I understand it. I'm like, I get it, but I hate it that because he's so cool.
I think if you keep reading and you get to the end of Conviction, you'll be you'll be pissed at the end of Golden Age because of what you said, and then when you get to the end of Conviction, you're going to be like, all right, let's do this shit.
Okay, all right. I have the first 11 volumes sitting on my shelf, and I'm making my way through it slowly because right now I'm on summer break because teachers got out finally. Woohoo! And I'm gonna have a lot more time to actually read. So
I'll tell you that at where you are, like volume 7 and 8, somewhere around there was where I kind of slowed down.
Yeah,
and it kind of was, there was kind of a lull.
Yep.
In the story to me.
Yep.
But once I got past like especially volume 9, 10, that area, like when I got into the double digits, that's where it really, really picks up because you start getting hints, like bigger hints at what's going on. Also, if your girlfriend does not like you reading stuff that has a lot of naked ladies in it, then you might not want to read some of those volumes around her.
No, she doesn't care.
Okay, because I was in an awkward position where I was reading back home in Houston on my parents' couch, and I flipped the page, and all of a sudden it's flat out like it's pornography, pretty much.
Oh, wow.
And I'm like, once I get to those pages, I'll like flip it really quick because I don't want someone looking over my shoulder. But it was that for the rest of the book.
Oh, crap.
So I was like, well, that's awkward.
No, my girl's the type of girl where she doesn't mind I go to the strip club as long as she comes with me. Not because she's jealous or anything, but because she actually wants to go and see the ladies.
Nice.
Yeah.
That got my attention.
So she said if we ever go to Vegas and Gabe takes us to a strip club, she's coming with us.
Okay, I can live with that. Because we're going to Vegas, and Gabe's going to definitely take us to strip clubs.
Oh, God. If we went to Vegas, I don't think we would come out.
I don't do gambling at all, but I spent plenty of money in strip clubs when I was there. I didn't gamble a dime away.
So okay, I've heard from everybody that's read Berserk and has gotten past it that after Golden Age it takes a bit of a dip. Obviously, it doesn't sound like that.
Or maybe a volume. Like one volume, just like it. The only reason I'd say it does for a volume is because it slows down. Because you're just getting off of like 3-4 volumes of balls to the wall action and like crazy shit. And then it slows down for about a volume. Guts kind of gets his footing again, and then he's off on his mission. And once it sends him off, then you're like, okay, here we go. So I mean, like maybe volume 15 and 16 are a little slower, but once you get past that point, like it's just like Conviction has some crazy fucking characters in there that really interested me.
Lewis, just read it and make up your own mind. I plan to. I typically do that. I'm just really excited to read it. That's all. I just haven't had time. My reviews of Secret Empire. Have you read Secret Empire?
Me or Jess?
No, I know Jess doesn't. Jess doesn't read singles. Have you read it, Riley?
Yeah.
What'd you think so far?
So far, I'm still very entertained by it.
Okay.
It's the newest issue. The second issue gave a really interesting twist by the final page. that I was just interested in seeing where it's going from there. The most recent issue is issue 3, and it kind of continues with that little twist without without giving you so much that like I felt satisfied yet, but that makes sense because it's a 10-issue event. We're only on issue 3. But then it ends with a tiny twist of someone, basically another character in the Marvel Universe being on Hydra's side, and it's like, oh, okay, that's surprising. But it's still rather entertaining, and this issue had some really great artwork from Andrea Sorrentino. So if you dig his work from Hawkeye, or not Hawkeye, Green Arrow. Did he work on No, Green Arrow and Old Man Logan.
Yeah, art with Jeff Lemire, that Green Arrow run that was fantastic.
Yeah, and then on Old Man Logan. For some reason, for an instant, I thought that Jeff Lemire also took him onto Hawkeye, but then I remembered that Jeff Lemire did not do Hawkeye with him.
Who's he doing Hawkeye art? Who's he doing it with?
What was the name? Ramon Perez.
Oh, right. I need to read that. Yeah, but anything else you read? I haven't read pretty much. I've got a few things.
That's pretty much it. I'm still I read this before and I didn't mention it last week. And I just thought about it because I think Gabe told you to read this. Was Deadpool Bad Blood?
Oh yeah. How is it?
I was kind of hopeful that it was not going to be awful because it has Chris Sims, and I think Chris Sims and Chad Bowers were writing on that book.
Mm-hmm.
And they're not bad. Like, they're not bad writers, but I think Rob Liefeld had a little more to do with it than just the art, and it wound up suffering because of that quite a bit.
Mm-hmm.
There's actually a point where you get a close-up of a Rob Liefeld foot.
Wow.
For some reason.
And
I was like, it's literally just a triangle.
Are you serious?
Hand to God. It's like someone grabbed someone's foot and then like there's just a triangle on the screen. I'm like, oh, okay, it's just a triangle. I actually had to think for a second about what it was because it's not entirely obvious that it's a foot until you remember that it's a Rob Liefeld drawing, and oh, that's it. That's what it is. And it's and the plot is not that great. The story is basically like, spoiler alert, but I don't know if anyone really cares. Deadpool has an old friend that no one has ever known about, and all of a sudden he's back and he's trying to hunt down Deadpool, and he's like in the form of some weird mindless mercenary, basically. And it's dumb. Like it's a really dumb plot, and it's very, I don't know. It's not, in my opinion, it wasn't worth the 15 minutes it took me to read it.
It took you that long to read it? 15 minutes.
I mean, it's like 80 pages.
Oh, God.
And most of it is just feet shaped like triangles.
Maybe they put that panel in there for fans to go, see, he can draw feet.
He can draw feet. He just doesn't draw them well.
I was talking in the Facebook group the other day about this, where I was in a panel once where Darwin Cook said, I forgot how, like, somebody came up with a question like, hey, I know you had trouble coming into the industry when you were younger because of artists like Rob Liefeld, and Darwin Cook basically said, Jesus Christ, the guy's been drawing for 25 years and he still can't draw a fucking foot. God damn. And then what followed was the most savage just bashing of Rob Liefeld I've ever seen by Amanda Connor, Jimmy Palmiotti, and Jimmy Chung.
Wow.
Just for like 5 minutes straight, just saying how terrible Rob Liefeld's art is.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. I was like, holy shit. They said they all said he's a nice guy. Just can't draw for shit.
Oh, well, at least he's a nice guy.
Yeah. I won't read it. I'm good. I already have to read bad stuff as it is.
You can get it for just like $12 on in stock trades or something like that. I had it on my wish list, and I almost got a physical copy.
Would it have been worth it?
Didn't fucking do. I was like I went back this week when I was making my order, and I saw it sitting there, and I was like, better not, because I almost ordered it last week, and then I looked up the dimensions because Marvel's OGNs used to be oversized, like the Thanos ones.
Yeah.
And then Squirrel Girl came out, and Squirrel Girl was standard sized. So I was like, I better check real quick, because I was basically just gonna. I will admit that half of the reason I was about to buy it was just to have it in my oversized collection of Deadpool and X-Men related stuff. And then when it wasn't oversized, I was like, thank fucking God, because I was probably going to want to get rid of it anyway. I really need to not let my habitual nature take over, because I wind up going through my budget way faster when I do stuff like that and just buy things because I'm like, I might as well get it. Like if I stop doing that, then I have room to buy things where I'm like, man, I really want that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have a very addictive personality, and I tend to be very jump the gun. Where I'm just like, oh yeah, I'll just get it, and I tend to regret stuff like that later on. That's just how I am. Before we go any further, I concede. I threw in the white flag. We talked about this in the news show earlier today, Jess and I, and Jess wins. He is correct all the time.
I didn't ask for that.
He called it. It wasn't even fucking close, which is what made me more mad than anything else. For those of you that don't know, Jess Bragg and I, we have a long-standing bet going on where this was months ago.
Yeah.
I think it was on an Omnibros that we started it, where if Wonder Woman, the film that's coming out today, did better than 70% on Rotten Tomatoes, he had to. I had to review Codpiece Thor. If it was worse, he had to review what was it, Red Hood and the Outlaws New 52.
Right.
It wasn't even fucking close.
Well, it was a surprise.
It was a blowout.
It
Yeah, Wonder Woman 96% on Rotten Tomatoes, critical reception. It was a blowout.
You're being a good sport.
I am. No, I'm being a good sport. And the thing is, I even said I wanted the movie to be good. I just didn't think it'd be.
And I said that if the movie wasn't good, that I was going to stab someone. So.
Oh, good. You stay out of jail then.
That is true. Good. Did you have a victim already?
Yeah, I was going to ask. Did you have somebody in mind?
No, unfortunately. But yeah, I booked my tickets today to go on Saturday morning, and it was actually like the first time in a while that I asked my wife, hey, do you want to go see this movie with me? And she immediately was like, yes.
Oh, good.
Because for the past few movies that I've seen, she didn't want to join me on well, last time she joined me, she actually was the one that initiated Guardians. She's like, hey, we need to get tickets for Guardians. I want to go see it. And I didn't even ask, because around Guardians, she didn't want to go see Alien Covenant with me. Well, she said she couldn't because those movies make her really anxious. And then she would not go to Doctor Strange or Logan with me. So unfortunately, I had to go by myself to all these movies. But this time I asked her, I was like, hey, this weekend Wonder Woman comes out. Did you want to go? And she's like, yeah, totally. So
awesome.
I booked it, and it was really funny because usually we go to the Alamo to watch all of our movies, because why wouldn't you? And this week she said we should go to a cheaper cinema because we wind up spending like $80 when you go to the Alamo, just on food and drinks and stuff.
Oh.
So I was like, okay. So I booked it for an AMC at like first thing in the morning, and wound up being like $5 a ticket. I'm like, wow, that's a huge difference.
Yeah. I can't
So we're just
wait.
going to get some breakfast tacos and then go watch the movie. And then after that, I think we're going to go kayaking or something on Saturday.
Nice. Where are you going to get your breakfast tacos?
From the new place that I started going to that I'll need to take you to next time you're out here. Taco joint.
Ooh. Oh.
And I will tell you, I went there and I came back and I texted my wife immediately, like, hey, I just had tacos from this place and I think that they are the best breakfast tacos I've ever had.
Whoa, that's a
pretty bold statement.
Yeah, you took me to
that's a bold statement you're making right there. And I was like, okay, well, and then you can see for yourself. So I took her then like Sunday morning or something like that, and she stopped eating her taco after like 2 bites and put it down. And I looked at her and I was like, do you like it? And she goes, I have to stop eating because I was about to start crying because it like my grandmother's cooking.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
So that's legit tortillas. Those are legit fresh tortillas. So good. So good. Awesome. And huge too.
Well, you took me to some really good taco places, so I don't know. I may have to jet out there just for those.
And the one that I took you to when we got the Don Juan was huge and it was cheap too.
Yeah.
It was like less than $6 for the plate of tacos.
And we got full on those tacos.
Oh yeah.
For $6. Both of us.
Man, I could go for some tacos right now, actually.
I thought you wanted steak or kofife.
You know what? I could go for both.
A steak taco.
I'd go for a steak taco right now.
They have steak. They have a sirloin steak and egg with smoked Gouda cheese tacos.
Ooh.
That sounds fantastic right now. I think I'm just going to do breakfast for dinner. No, I know exactly what I'm going to do for dinner. I'm going to do white rice, a little bit of jasmine rice, eggs sunny side up on top of the rice with a little bit of furikake and bacon. That'll be dinner.
I like rice and eggs.
What was the thing you said with an accent there?
It's Japanese. It's a Japanese seasoning that they use for rice called furikake. It's incredible. It's so good.
Are you sure you're not making that up like kofife?
No, no, it's fantastic.
Yeah, really. I'm gonna put some keffel necks on my eggs right here. Keffel necks, yeah.
No, I swear. If you ever get a chance, get because we eat a lot of salmon and rice here, and how we do salmon in the house is that we cook it with lemon juice.
Mm-hmm.
Just let the lemon juice cook it by itself.
Oh, you don't bake it at all? You just marinate it?
You just marinate it in the lemon juice and in soy sauce, and that cooks it by itself.
Nice.
Yeah, for 10 minutes, and it tastes great.
Like ceviche.
So yeah, I mean, if you guys don't have anything else that you've been reading, I've got like 2 things, and I'll fly through them real quick that I've read. I read the 2nd volume of Criminal, Lawless. I'm making my way through the Criminal series by Ed Brubaker. Once again, continues to be fantastic. This is the 2nd volume, centering around Tracy Lawless, who he has just gotten out of the military, and he's looking to avenge the situation with his father. With his brother, my mistake, with a situation involving his brother. Really great read. Ed Brubaker, we've been talking about him a lot tonight, actually, continues to be just on fire with this series. Art by Sean Phillips, his longtime collaborator. I love Criminal. I love this series. I love the world that Ed Brubaker fills it with. It's pretty interesting also to see how in the main character from the last volume makes an appearance in here, and some of the things that happened in the last volume kind of play out in the volume. So there is a bit of an interconnectedness in this universe and how things work and how things affect one another in each volume. Really, really great stuff. I continue to praise this series, and I cannot wait to see where this ends up and how everything ends up tying into each other. Yeah, really good stuff. I also got the original, because I'm a sucker for Mike Mignola and pretty much anything Hellboy. Hellboy Into the Silent Sea.
Mm-hmm.
And that is my TV, which just turned on automatically.
Because you said Hellboy?
Yeah, that might have been the secret password. I'll shut that off in a minute. But yeah, Hellboy Into the Silent Sea. Fantastic little graphic novel that takes place right after Hellboy starts sailing the coast of Africa. It's somewhere in, I believe chronologically, after the 3rd library edition, if I'm not mistaken. But it's great stuff. It kind of fills in a huge hole because for a longtime fans they were wondering, well, Hellboy was out at sea for so long. What the hell was he doing? So this kind of answers a bit of that timeline.
Mm.
And let me turn off
too.
Hold on. Ow.
Phenomena. Do 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 do. Phenomena. Do 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 do. Phenomena. Do 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 do.
And yeah, that about does it as far as what I've read this week. Continue making my way through Legion. Been enjoying that. And yeah. Anybody read Squirrel Girl? Who's reading Squirrel Girl right now?
I read Squirrel Girl.
How is it?
It's great.
Is it? I had the chance to pick up the hardcover at 50% off this week. I didn't pull the trigger on it.
I mean, it's not for everyone, but it's a great series. It's very lighthearted. It's funny. It's clever. The character's fantastic. It's got a lot of good diversity and representation of different groups. Like, for instance, there's a Asian trans character that's a recurring character in the series. It's a lot of fun, and there's several arcs in there that are just really good, and then some of them are like, okay, this is still good, but it's never at a point where I'm like, wow, this series is a piece of shit and I never want to read it again. It's always been a point where I'm like, every once in a while I'll have an issue where I'm like, okay, I guess that was good, but usually I'm like, dope, it's time for Squirrel Girl this week.
That's cool. I gotta try it again. I just didn't get into it the first time I tried reading the hardcover. I need to give it another shot.
It's not for everyone. It's definitely, I think it's more geared towards a younger audience.
Oh, what are you saying?
I'm saying you're old, Jess.
Jesus Christ. This is ageism.
And usually geared towards the female audience as well. Just a lot of the subject matter and jokes and stuff that go into it. But overall, it's a really fantastic, fun series. And it's just fun to see her going head to head with all these different characters in the Marvel Universe, as well as seeing Ryan North and Erica Henderson create new characters in the universe.
Guys, I have important news. Tomorrow is National Donut Day. You can get free donuts.
Woohoo! Donuts.
Yeah.
Where? Everywhere?
Hold on. N10 Mans. I don't know what that is. Cumberland Farms is doing it. Krispy Kreme. Okay. This deal is one of our faves because all you have to do is show up at Krispy Kreme location and then you're an owner of a beautiful free donut. Any donut, no purchase necessary.
I might do that after or before I think I can do it after I see Wonder Woman. What a day that would be. A free donut and Wonder Woman.
Ooh, yeah.
Any donut.
There's a new donut shop that apparently opened near us, and my wife tomorrow is going to grab me one of their free donuts. They have one that's supposed to look like the Simpsons pink sprinkle donut.
Oh yeah, 7-Eleven carries one of those.
Nice.
This one, it's supposed to be different. I don't know what type of. She showed me some of the different comment stuff that she has, or that they have, and so I'm gonna see what they've got and order one. I'll let y'all know what I get.
Take pictures. Yeah, I like seeing pictures of food. As everybody must know by now who hangs out on the page.
Okay, so if anybody's got questions, now would be the time to shoot them at us while we talk about donuts. There's a place that called Donut King. I wanted to take Jess, not Jess. Well, I wanted to take you to Donut King, but I wanted to take Gabe while he was down here. They have a glazed donut that is covered in bacon. Oh. It looks fantastic. Diabetes.
There's a place out here called Donut Taco Palace. 1, 2, and 3. There's 3 of them, and they're numbered.
Huh. Apparently, the topic tonight is donuts.
That's great. I'll talk about the donut I had with Riley, which was the greatest thing I've ever eaten in my life.
That good, huh?
the fried chicken on the waffle donut or whatever that was with maple butter with syrup on it. That was unreal. That's what they serve in heaven. Angels eat that.
Your TV turned on by itself. I'm on edge after last night's live stream where Gabe talked about the Denver airport.
That airport's fucking huge.
Have you seen it? Have you seen the pictures and stuff?
What in particular?
The Denver airport?
Well, I mean, like, I've been there. I just don't know.
Okay, there's two. There's two Denver. There's one that is the normal airport, and there's the second one, which has these murals of like Nazis and stuff all over the place, and the runway is designed like a swastika.
What?
Yeah. Ask Gabe about this. Yeah, he's got pictures while he was there and everything. We had a whole like 30-minute conversation about it last night on a Q&A show that me and him did.
I think I do. I think I have seen his pictures that when he posted them on Facebook.
Yeah. It's the weirdest and creepiest shit.
That's definitely not the Denver airport I went to. The Denver airport I went to was very, very large. And I went to go pick up my rental car. And so whenever I go and pick it up, they're like, oh, you also work for Enterprise. I'm like, yeah. And I say, like, yeah, I work at the airport right now. And they're like, oh, cool. And then we talk about it. And I said something about, like, yeah, busy day for us is like 300-something rentals. And they're like, really? At the Denver airport, we do like 3,000.
Whoa.
I was like, oh, all right. Well, I'm glad I live in Austin and not in fucking Denver.
Somebody's asking, what's your thoughts on Bendis' Avengers work? I've never read it.
I've read the vast majority of it. And the first New Avengers series is very strong and pretty much continues strongly throughout and has a pretty decent conclusion. And then he kept going. So I'm going to say that he probably shouldn't have done New Avengers Volume 2 or the Adjectiveless Avengers series with John Romita Jr. on art initially. I haven't read all of it. I've only read parts of it, and the parts that I have read were pretty mediocre compared to the first New Avengers series. But Dark Avengers is a very nice highlight. So that's my, I guess, quick consensus.
Ooh, Gio is saying we need to do a paranormal episode. I'm actually all about that.
Paranormal Activity or just paranormal?
I think paranormal in general. Well, we're gonna touch on Hellboy eventually, because we're waiting for you to finish your summer reading, right?
Right.
And then Hellboy.
Yeah, I'm starting the second library edition tomorrow.
Right, and Riley's read a good chunk of Hellboy already, right?
I've read all of the 6 library editions. I've read all of Hellboy in Hell, and I've read the entire Plague of Frogs as well as Weird Tales.
So you're not that far
everything
behind.
that's in hardcover.
Oh, I need to catch up.
You're not that far behind them.
I need to read, what's it called? The what Hell on Earth cycle, whenever the hardcovers come out.
Yeah, that's coming out sometime this year. Abe Sapien's getting a hardcover, although they're not including the first 2 trade paperback volumes in those hardcovers, which I understand why. Because mostly those stories are pretty standalone-ish when they didn't know what they were going to do with the character, and they were just like one-shot little 3 to 4 page stories. There weren't anything supplemental until you get into Volume 3 when that starts more heavily tying into the Plague of Frogs and the Hell on Earth and all that stuff.
I've already got all the trades, so I'll just probably keep those.
Oh, I've sold my Hell on Earth trades because I'm planning on upgrading to the hardcovers. I can't wait to get them.
I held off on buying the trades until they were solicited. So every month for the past however many years it's been since I got Plague of Frogs Volume 4, I've been like looking at the solicits like, all right, let's see. All right, let's see. So that's been like, what, 5-6 years or something like that?
So you've been jonesing for a while.
Oh yeah, whenever it got announced that they were finally doing those hardcovers, I was just I was over the moon.
It seems like a lot of his stuff is getting collected in hardcovers now, which is great.
I think that they've noticed how big of a market there is for people that specifically like hardcover collections.
I can answer this question. It's 9:17 p.m. Eastern time in the U.S.
Yes, it is my time as well.
It's 8:17.
Oh, well, you live in some paranormal pocket dimension. Nobody takes that serious.
There's weird noises outside my house, and I don't like it.
Was it coming from that haunted forest? That haunted forest you live next to?
No, it's actually coming from the front of my house, not the back.
Oh, uh-oh.
That's weird. Yeah, that's weird. Wait, you live next to a haunted forest?
There's just a big, like, nothing behind me, and it's all just like trees and shit. So I mean, it looks kind of scary at night, I guess.
Pim and Francis hang out there.
We've had some weird shit happen in this house over the past few months, so I don't know.
You got a poltergeist?
No, nothing like that. I mean, I mostly just chalk it up to noisy neighbors or something like that. But like my girl was sleeping in bed one night, and she just constantly heard like scratching against the wall behind her. And I would walk in, and she would just yell. And I was in the living room because I was playing Persona or something, and she would yell. And I would walk in, and she goes, "It just stopped. Like the noise just stopped." I'm like, "What do you mean?" Like it sounded like somebody was scratching against the wall. And I would walk back into the living room, come back, and the third time I actually heard it, I was like, "What the fuck is that?" And it's not rats because the whole place has been fumigated and everything like that, like just to no end because they're remodeling a lot of the older models here.
But it hasn't been fumigated against ghosts.
And then the other night, what was it? Something weird happened. She told me something weird happened where something fell just off the bookshelf, and she there was no reason for it to fall, so she was freaked out.
Oh, you guys are haunted.
Nah, we're not haunted.
That stuff doesn't happen in my house.
Right, your homes. It's gonna wake up one morning and all my art on walls is replaced by Greg Land stuff.
Liefeld.
No. It's 3:18 a.m. in France. You, sir, are a dedicated fan.
Wow, that's awesome. Boy, creep.
Do you guys think the rest of the Magnolia series? Do you guys think the rest of the Magnolia series, Mignola series, will get hardcovers? I think so. I think it's a matter of time.
I'd be pretty upset if they don't.
I just think it's a matter of time before it gets done.
I mean, while I don't read them all, I do follow the solicits and stuff just to see like when certain things end. And I feel like I saw recently that one of them, I think Baltimore had its final arc conclude or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
So that made me hope. That made me hope that would see a hardcover pretty soon.
Oh, oversized hardcover collection?
Hardcover, oversized, whatever they want to do. Just like since it's concluded, they could do something of like a thicker volume.
Baltimore is good stuff. It's fun. I'm gonna make a rice and eggs. Any questions in the chat? Pennywise. Is Pennywise the Clown Lewis? No, I'm not.
No, he said it's Pennywise the Clown, Louise.
Shut your whore mouth. No, it's not. I fucking hate that clown.
Is he the clown from It?
Yeah.
I can't wait to see that movie.
John Wilson, I love you, but shut your whore mouth and you take that shit back.
I don't think he said what you think he said.
I'm gonna be freaked out tonight now. And I'm home alone too, you jerk. God damn it. We all float down here. John! You're not helping. You're a good guy, John. You're a good man. Don't do this to me tonight. Not tonight, of all nights.
Hey, bring your questions and answers. We're ready. Questions. We'll give you answers.
Mm-hmm. Cupcakes.
Probably won't.
These cupcakes are delicious.
So what have y'all? I came in late, obviously today because my computer's a fucker. But like, did y'all? What have y'all been up to? I didn't get to catch up with you guys. What have y'all been doing?
I hanged out with Gabe for a few days.
Yeah, I saw that. How was it? What did y'all have fun?
Yeah, it was really cool hanging out with my dad.
I thought that comment was so funny.
That was.
Oh, it was hilarious. Because it was so goddamn accurate. He really does look like my father.
Anything else? What about you, Jess? What have you been up to?
My wife was out of town for 5 days.
Woohoo!
Yes, Memorial Day
Party.
Weekend. So she just got back Tuesday after I placed my big IST order. So she didn't see that. So I did a ton of reading over the weekend. That's when I did all my reading, was the weekend. I haven't read anything since Tuesday, really. But yeah, it was quiet, just a quiet weekend. Me and the dog just reading constantly. Because it's kind of a wet weekend too. It rained, so I didn't get the chance to go out at all. But yeah, that's what I've been doing. And then I saw Fury Road today, Mad Max Fury Road, with my daughter.
What'd you think?
Oh, we loved it. We both loved it.
This is her first time seeing it?
Yeah, she likes action movies, but they're not her favorite thing. But she really loved this one.
Yeah.
I told her there was a strong female protagonist in it, and she was all over it.
Jess's favorite kind of movie.
Exactly.
Favorite kind of anything.
That's right.
Are you going to be picking up that demonic Harley Quinn doll?
No. Why would they make that? You saw that thing? That is the creepiest thing I've ever seen.
I think I saw that. Was that the thing that looked kind of like the Annabelle doll?
Yeah.
Looked like Chucky.
Yeah.
It looked terrifying.
That was super creepy.
True story. My grandma used to have a room filled with those dolls, and they all faced the bed. Guess which room I stayed in when grandma?
The deathbed.
Yeah.
The doll room.
Yeah, that was not a fun stay.
All these dolls staring at you.
Oh yeah, no, yeah. Like I never really liked her that much.
Damn.
I'll be honest.
Throwing shade at Granny.
She was the grandma on my mom's. No, not my mom. On my dad's side of the family, I didn't like her too much. Now the grandma on my mom's side of the family was a sweetheart, and I love her to death to this day. The other one, I don't care.
Not so much.
Not so much.
Who is your favorite non-superhero guy character?
Ooh, Jesse Custer.
Oh,
That's a good one.
that is a good one.
Damn, now I can't say Jesse. Like, non-superhero, like, are we looking for just the average person then? Like an average Joe?
Hmm.
I don't think Cassidy can count. And Cassidy's a fucking asshole when you find out.
I'm looking around to see who
I know, that's what I'm looking around my room like,
Spider.
what do we got?
You came up with yours fast.
Spider Jerusalem's a good choice.
That is a good one.
Except you just said it. Now we can't take it.
What if I just said?
I'll say Yorick.
What if I just said I only like superhero comics? I guess that doesn't work because it's not true.
It's not true.
Ooh, what about Jeopard from Sweet Tooth?
Oh yeah, he was cool.
Mm-hmm.
He's not a special guy.
Good choice.
If you could have any writer and any artist make a comic book about your life, what is your dream team? You don't have superpowers, by the way. It's literally a book about your lives. My book will sell 0 copies. Even I won't buy that book.
Yeah.
That would be just so boring. But I will pick Ed Brubaker with Alex Ross art. Ed Brubaker will make me gritty, and Alex Ross will make me sleek.
That'd be an interesting take, actually. I would like to see that. The story of Jess Bragg. I'm interested.
The first half of the book will be all evil. Forever Evil, Part 2.
Who would I choose? A writer and artist.
Well, I think I have mine. If you're not ready yet,
I'm not ready.
Okay, I want to say I'd have Brian Lee O'Malley write me.
Ooh, good choice.
I'd have Cena Grace draw me.
Damn, Brian Lee O'Malley is a good choice. He's really got that 20-something-year-old voice down.
I might also say Cena Grace can co-write.
Yeah.
Actually, I would just like, honestly, just the team, Cena Grace with what is his name, Struble or whatever, who does Little Depressed Boy. Perfect, because Little Depressed Boy worked at the same theater that I worked at, and he also is in Texas.
I need to read that. I know Childish Gambino makes an appearance in there.
Yeah, there's like he goes to a Childish Gambino concert, but now I can't think about Gambino without thinking about Berserk.
Yeah, that messed me up too.
And I get pissed off.
Gambino was such a fucking asshole.
Childish Gambino has some cool colored vinyl that's out. It's too bad I'm not that into him. I know him and have listened to him, but I'm not a rabid fan.
You might actually enjoy his last album. It's not a rap album.
Oh, really?
No, it's much more like, I don't even know how to explain it. Like old school James Brown, Rick James music.
Huh, okay.
Did you see like the memes that people have made out of his track Redbone?
No.
Oh my god, it's one of my it's my current favorite meme.
Better
It's
than
like-
the Kofive meme? Kofive.
That one has come out of like left field, and I can't process it yet.
I wonder if I can post in the chat the video I shared with Luis about how to make Kofife.
Oh, that was great. Okay, so for me, who would I have write my life? I would like. I'm trying to think. I live in the South, so I would like Jason Aaron because he would really capture. Yeah, Jason Aaron to write, since I've grown up most of my life in the South, and to a certain extent, that stuff that happens in Southern Bastards, that's pretty fucking accurate. In like some of the smaller backwoods areas of Florida. For artist, Sean Phillips.
Yeah.
Sean Phillips.
I think Brubaker and Phillips are my favorite writer-artist combo.
Do you think there will be a reprint of Ed Brubaker's Criminal official hardcover? I don't think so. That stuff was Icon and Image got it now. Or maybe what will probably happen, I think, is that we'll get hardcover collections that Image puts together now.
Yeah,
Even though
I
they're
would like-
putting it out in trades.
Image re-released it in trade paperback.
Yeah.
But I would
I
like
don't know that they turn on.
in one because it was 2 volumes, and they've had a couple of new pieces of material hit as well.
Oh yeah.
So it'd be nice to see an all-in-one come out.
Would be nice.
Yeah, with those specials, Savage Sword of Criminal and stuff collected.
Yeah.
Those are cool.
Is there a character you don't have any interest reading about, even if there would be critically acclaimed stuff about them? Venom.
Ooh, Venom! You came up with that quick.
I have no interest in reading Venom.
Who do I have no interest in? Why am I looking around at my books? If I own it, that must mean I like it.
Yeah, I don't have a character that, because for me, like, it's not about the character. Like, that comes second to the creators. So, like, it could be a character that I think is going to be, like, the most boring thing ever, or that I do think is a boring character. But if the right creators are on it,
That's a good point.
I'd probably wind up digging it. Like,
They've rebooted a bunch of stuff about certain characters and made them interesting.
yeah, I mean, I'm trying to think about something that's happened with before, like when I was younger, like hadn't read as many comics. I'd say, given the time period, you know, growing up in the '90s was more of a Batman era than it was for Superman. So I feel like a lot of people my age grew up just thinking inherently like Superman's not as cool as Batman.
Mm-hmm.
And like, I grew up not reading anything Superman until basically I forced myself because I realized how dumb I was being. And I wound up really enjoying some stuff. And so that's kind of the last time that I decided to judge anything based on the character involved, because I was like, I would really be limiting myself on some potentially really great stories.
I have a question for you, Riley.
No.
Yes.
Okay.
Who is this?
Huh?
Who is this, and where does he appear?
Why does he look familiar?
That is
Titus.
Titus, and he's a teen he's a Cosmic Marvel character.
Is he a good guy or bad guy?
I'm pretty sure it was a hold on.
Well, I could Google it. I'm asking you. You're the expert.
Because I know I've read a couple of comics with him, and I'm just trying to figure out which comics they were, and that would spur my memory a little bit.
Okay.
Because I'm not absolutely sure.
Well, he seems an odd Build-A-Figure choice then, because nobody seems to know who he is.
No, yeah, he definitely is, because the only place that I saw him, I want to say, was in like one of the recent Guardians of the Galaxy spin-off books. God damn it, I'm trying to find him.
He was an awesome figure to put together. He's one of the few Build-A-Figures I have that actually snap together and just stands up. Warlock's a pain in my ass.
Was it really that big of a pain in the ass to put together?
Well, yeah, his legs don't snap in perfectly, and I just don't feel like getting my wife's blow dryer and heating up the piece so it'll pop in. And I think there's another, I don't even know. He's gathering dust on the floor. I gave up on trying to put him together. I can't even think of who he is now. Because I do like a lot of these Build-A-Figures. But Titus went together really easy. But Warlock is just standing up with like toothpicks holding him up. I really need to get a blow dryer and put him together properly.
You can get a heat gun. They sell them individually. Do you have one?
Well, I heard you can. My wife has a blow dryer, and I can use that.
Does that work the same way?
Supposedly, yeah.
Okay.
Okay, I'm way off base here. Like, I must be thinking of a different character that is also of feline nature. Titus was introduced in Jeff Loeb's Nova series.
Kid Alexander? Kid
Yeah.
Nova?
Sam Alexander's series. Like I don't even really remember him reading the profile on Wikipedia because I swear I saw a character that looks similar to him elsewhere from an older book. But this character in particular was, and I'm really sorry that I don't remember this. I guess it's been a while since I read that Nova material, but he was in apparently the first arc of that Nova series.
Was that the Marvel Now series?
Yeah.
Okay, I just got that. Kemi Jacob just got that for me.
Then read that stuff, and then you'll get information on who and where he comes from.
Okay.
But that makes it even further interesting, like, and questionable why they chose him, because he's a new character. He appeared, just a few years back, and they're like, "Hey, let's go ahead and make a fucking Build-A-Figure out of him."
Good. Well, I'm glad you were kind of kerfumphered about it, because I was like, man, I don't even recognize this dude.
I like I said, I swear to God, I've seen a character that looks like him in one of the like Guardians 3000 or Guardians Infinity or whatever, they like all those different spin-offs that happened in the past few years. I swear I saw him in one of those, and maybe he did appear in one of those.
He's a Nova villain from Sam Alexander, Geo is saying.
Titus fights Kid Nova's dad. Oh, I need to read that series.
Okay.
You know where I saw him recently is in the current Nova series by Jeff Loveness that has both Sam and Richard. The Titus appears alongside Death's Head. That's where I recognize him. I knew I saw him recently. I thought it was a little bit longer ago than that.
You just picked up the Kid Nova series, didn't you, Jess? Somebody just mailed them to you?
Yeah, Kemi Jacob did.
Yeah.
He found him for 55% off, and I realized I didn't have it. Somebody was telling me, several people told me it was really good.
It's not bad. Everything I've heard is it's not bad.
It was surprisingly, because like at that point, a lot of mostly myself included, I was not too big on Jeff Loeb writing, and so I didn't even check it out. I didn't bother to read it, but then I kept hearing how good it was, so I went ahead and looked at it, and it's really good. And then after his arc, you get Zeb Wells and I think Jerry Dugan writing it, and both of them are really good artists or good writers as well.
Okay, awesome. I'm up for it then.
But it doesn't have a strong female lead, so that's unfortunate.
Forget it.
Don't offend him, spelled Riley. Jess, are you getting a Mantis BAF wave? I don't know what a BAF is.
Is that the one that's in the new Guardians of the Galaxy Legends? Is Mantis that BAF? Gio?
Yeah, the second wave.
Yeah, I am getting that. And that's the last thing I'm getting the whole set of. From here on out, I'm just getting individual legends. I don't have the room.
What is the most annoying kid in comics? Damien doesn't count.
Well, then I'm all out.
Yeah, Damien would automatically probably win. I don't have anybody.
I know I have an opinion on this because there's probably a character that I've been like, fuck that guy. But like at this moment.
What is the most annoying kid in comics? I don't know. I couldn't tell you. I'd have to look at my shelf.
Yeah, I'm looking at my shelf too.
I'm a big fan of Damien, so I wouldn't say Damien myself.
I like Damien. He's such a little asshole. And he really came into his own in that Tomasi New 52 run.
Yeah, like when you follow his evolution from like the beginning of Morrison's run through that stuff and like through the end of the Tomasi run up to what they're doing now, it's a really great evolution of his character from being like this just really shitty kid, like literally really not just be like, oh, he's an annoying kid. He was a shitty person.
Oh yeah, no, he's a little
being redeemed.
Yeah, yeah. Morrison really pulls out the heartstrings when you get to Death of Robin.
I don't know who's an annoying kid. God damn it, this is really bothering me. I know that I know someone, and it's probably going to be someone from the X-Men, but I can't think about it.
Speedball.
Speedball was more annoying to me as Penance than he was as Speedball, because when he was Penance, it's all like, yeah, I'm upset because I caused the deaths of all these people. And it's like, yeah, but like, you don't have to fucking talk about it every single time you come on screen.
That's true. Golden Balls. Golden Balls isn't that annoying.
Golden Balls.
He's not that annoying.
He just had weirdo powers.
Yeah, that's all it is. He's just got shitty powers.
Golden Balls.
I think one of the other, I want to say,
Genki is not annoying.
I like him, but out of the Bendis, his mutants that he created for all new X-Men and stuff, or Uncanny X-Men, whichever one, the guy that like, I don't remember what they called him, but he can make like machinery stop and go.
Oh yeah.
That guy was really dumb. Like not just his powers, but like he was always kind of just stupid. But he wasn't a kid. It was just the fact that he was a younger, like he was a newer mutant.
I mean, it's not as bad as the worst X-Men ever, whose only power is he self-destructs.
Oh, dude, you ruined the book.
Riley's talked about it before.
Speaking of worst X-Men ever, if anyone grabbed that on my recommendation, there's another Max Bemis miniseries book coming out at the end of June. Called it's a Fool Killer book, and it spins out of the Deadpool Mercs with Money storyline, following the character of Fool Killer as he goes into the profession of, I believe he was a psychiatrist. So it's a really interesting little mini series, again by Max Bemis, who did Worst X-Men Ever. So I have that on my list of stuff to buy, and I think it comes out the last week of this month.
I definitely bought that book because of your recommendation.
And it will only be like $8 too, so it's not going to break the bank.
Quentin Quire isn't annoying. I love Quentin Quire.
Yeah, I dig him too.
He's pretty awesome.
He's a huge asshole, but I enjoy him.
I do too.
Yeah, that's a stumper of a question.
Any character who is created to be stupid is annoying to me. Like, what's that? Glob in the X-Men?
Yeah.
He's like that Glob Herman or whatever, who's like the pink mass. Characters like that always annoy me because they never do anything but just show up as a like as a comic relief and to be dumb in relation to the smart character that they probably hang out with all the time.
Glob Herman. Yeah, I mean, I would think of annoying characters that just pop out of X-Men for the most part because they've got so many kids there.
Yeah. And there's so many characters in the X-Men that used to be like they tried to make them work and then they just threw them out the side because they're like, no, fuck that guy. Like, especially like when you get to like the 90s and there's so many characters.
Beak.
Extreme.
Oh yeah.
What do you think of the reboot of the Hellboy movie?
I can't wait.
I don't know. I haven't seen it yet.
What do you think about the idea?
Oh, I think it's an exciting idea.
I do too.
So I just pulled up the 10 worst X-Men ever. Cypher. Ring a bell?
Not
Yeah.
for me.
I don't remember. He's the one that has. Is that Doug? That's the one that translates that.
Yeah, Doug Ramsey. With the innate ability to understand
No.
any language of
Doug
any
is
kind.
awesome.
His power is only slightly above that of anyone with access to Google Translate.
That's so untrue. No, he speaks like it's not just languages. Like he speaks. He understands like computers. He understands everything. It's so dope. Like,
That's pretty cool.
and he teams up with Warlock because he understands Warlock better than anyone else. Because Warlock is, he's a techno-organic being, and they Warlock will cover Cypher because he can't fight or protect himself, and he'll become like an armor for Cypher.
Oh, okay, that's pretty cool.
I need
So I'm
Cypher
gonna
to
say-
come fix my Warlock Build-A-Figure then.
I think that sounds like user error.
The next one, Callisto.
I'm not going to completely disagree with that one.
When Callisto was leader of the Morlocks, her most defining trait were her tactical ingenuity and her trademark eye patch. After all, enhanced senses aren't exactly a visual ability. What is her powers?
Superhuman senses.
She has
So
tentacles.
she's strong, she's fast, and has good reflexes and a little bit of a healing factor. Like she doesn't really have that much going on for her, and she never fit in with the Morlocks because the Morlocks, they are the Morlocks. They live underground because they're deformed and they can't get away in like normal society. She just has an eye patch. That's literally it. Like it's not that big of a deal, Callisto. Jesus Christ.
The next one, Joseph.
Joseph was a stupid version of Magneto.
Yeah, an amnesiac version of Magneto. He was a clone.
Yeah.
Skin.
I don't know much about Skin.
As a member of Generation X, Skin, a.k.a. Angelo Espinosa, damn it, he was Spanish. The one guy we get. Added some diversity to the Young Mutant lineup and is a brave, but that power, the power to control your excess skin in a twisted B-horror version of Mr. Fantastic.
That's a weird power.
Yeah, 6 feet of extra skin.
Creepy.
Shatterstar.
You can fuck off with that. Shatterstar's dope.
Yeah, I agree. Even I know Shatterstar's cool.
And there's
That's from his X, Peter David. That's Peter David's X Factor.
yeah, he appears as part of Peter David's X Factor, and later in there they also have, if I recall correctly, a character that's like an amalgam of Shatterstar and Longshot called Shattershot.
They better not have Dazzler on that list. She's my favorite X-Man ever.
I'm pretty sure she is.
Yeah, she's
I know.
probably on this list.
She's probably number one.
Stacy X. What the hell is this? A product of Joe Casey's run on Uncanny X-Men, there's definitely something about a mutant prostitute turned X-Men with scales and pheromone powers.
Now I remember.
Yeah.
Just tell me where Dazzler is on the list.
Marrow.
Wait, what was which one?
This one is Marrow.
Something to do with bone marrow?
Marrow is the one who has like bone spikes.
Yep.
And in the X-Men Evolution cartoon, they had the character Spike was kind of similar. She came back recently in X-Force by Simon Spurrier. She's not my favorite. She's kind of a bratty kid type of character. And in X-Force, she was actually kind of annoying, so maybe she could count towards that previous question. You'd have to read it to see.
Next one, Maggot.
Maggot.
I'm just trying to see how good you could defend these.
I don't think I could defend Maggot.
Oh, really? Wow.
Just because I haven't read like anything of Maggot. Because the chunk of the X-Men that I haven't read much of is basically just the 90s. And I own a lot of it, but I just haven't gotten to reading it yet. But I've read like everything before the 90s and almost everything after the 90s.
He actually died. He was killed in a mutant concentration camp. He survived though by one of his intestinal slugs. Which one they don't know which one it is. It was either Eenie or Meanie. They can't decide.
Maggot.
Some of these X-Men are pretty bad. X-Man. Wow, they did not try with that name.
That's one of the Cable clones, or one of the Cables.
Oh God. He's like Cable without the leash of the techno-organic virus holding him back. Extreme.
That's the one I was talking about earlier.
Wow, he has a backwards cap.
Uh-oh.
And I'm pretty sure he has a skateboard too.
Of course he has a skateboard.
He's annoying me already.
He looks like he could be in the movie Over the Top. And you know what, Jess? Dazzler did not make it on the list.
Yes! My disco droid gal.
She did not make it on.
Awesome disco powers. And roller skates.
Plenty of writers have tried to redeem Dazzler throughout the years, though.
I don't think there's any saving her. She was an ill-conceived character, but I love her.
So was
So weird.
Was Extreme --
Yeah.
You're hard pressed to find anyone who will defend Extreme.
He probably could defend Extreme. Gabe, if there's anybody that would defend Extreme, it's Gabe. If you had the chance to make a lame comic book, a lame character cool by a whole book just about them, who would it be? And this guy says he would do Slipknot.
You had a chance to make a lame character cool.
Dazzler.
Dazzler, totally.
You know, I feel if somebody can nail down a defining run of Dazzler, like they can nail it down, a really good character run of her, I think they would actually be they would just shoot into like comic book superstardom or something.
I agree.
If there was any time to do a Dazzler run,
Now.
it would be now.
Yeah.
Like female pop and rock stars like are so big right now. It's bigger, I would say, than like since she was first created. Hold on, let me re-say that. Because whenever she was first created, there was a ton of big female pop and rock stars and stuff, and she took influence from them. And after that, there was kind of a lull, but now there's so many big ones. Like you've got Beyonce and Rihanna and fucking like everywhere you turn, like there's another female pop star that people are like emulating. And you look at stuff like and I would not put Rihanna on the same level as Beyonce.
We've got a 90s apologist that just crashed the call.
Gabe.
What's up? Hey, I had to jump in, man. Extreme is awesome. His name.
Hold on. For those of you that don't know, Gabe is our special 90s correspondent. He jumped to defend Extreme. Man,
Dude,
go ahead. You have the floor.
Extreme would cut you and make your blood boil inside your body. That was his special ability.
Go on.
He's making my blood boil right now.
It affects you. That's how badass that dude is.
I like how the tag on his
cap, and then he had hair coming out of like the buckle in the front of the cap or the back of the cap. That guy is fucking cool. I want to be him when I grew up.
You're already Luis's dad. You're grown up.
Can you defend Maggot?
Maggot's my favorite X-Men. Seriously.
What? No, for real?
Yeah, no, like, honestly, that's my favorite X-Men. Next to Gambit.
Wow. Why? Why Maggot?
Yeah, he has these two slugs. Eeny and Meeny has like his digestive tract. And he is, I think he was like some hungry Ethiopian kid. And Magneto unlocked his mutant power and made the slugs come out of his body.
Ugh.
This is X-Men when Joe Kelly was writing it. And the opening scene was all the X-Men with Maggot and Meryl having breakfast. And it was like the most disgusting, just like people eating and stuff like that at a breakfast table.
Maggot, really? Out of all the X-Men? There's like over 200 X-Men.
Maggot, they had to kill him because he was too cool.
There's like at least 10 X-Men.
I mean, he's not as crappy. I mean,
that's what I'm saying.
You got Skin, you got Cecilia Reyes.
Like, I get Gambit.
Sync. Most of the Gen X characters sucked. I don't know.
Okay.
There's a lot of crappy X-Men. Like, for every good X-Men that comes out, there's like 30 bad ones.
Dupe is my boy.
Dupe's cool.
I love Dupe. And Dupe wasn't my boy until Jason Aaron did that one-shot story of Wolverine and the X-Men. And Wolverine, that was just absolutely hilarious.
And that's the one where like you see Dupe go on a date, right?
Yeah. Because throughout Wolverine and the X-Men, you're wondering, and like some of the students and some of the staff are asking, why the hell is Dupe hanging around as like the custodian and stuff like that? And you find out that Dupe is the reason the school is running the way that well in the first place, because he's the one that's like brokering deals between like interdimensions. He's doing like a whole bunch of other cool shit. I love Dupe, and we lost Gabe.
Whoop! There goes our '90s apologist.
One shot.
Well, anyway, in my defense of Dazzler, I was saying that they could do one where she's like a pop star and base her off of some of the recent pop stars. Like you see a lot of the characters on Wicked and Divine are meant to look like pop stars and stuff like that. That's just my idea, my like quick pitch. I don't know who I'd like to write it though.
Sounds good to me.
I know we got a few questions.
I'm still trying to think of who I would have write Dazzler though.
Somebody said Tom King.
That would be weird.
Who could you have write Dazzler? How about Gail Simone?
I don't know. I don't know if she'd be the best for Dazzler.
G. Willow Wilson?
G. Willow Wilson might be good.
Yeah.
I'd lean towards that more than... Also, maybe Kelly Sue DeConnick.
No.
Yeah. That'd be good. You're what?
I'm not a fan of Kelly Sue DeConnick's writing.
Not a fan of KSD?
No, I haven't read a single thing that I like that she's written.
I didn't like her Captain Marvel, but I've liked literally everything else.
I loved her Captain Marvel.
I couldn't. I enjoyed. Okay, I take it back. I enjoyed a little bit of her Captain Marvel when it first started. The art was atrocious in a lot of it. At least I thought so. Couldn't get into Pretty Deadly.
I loved Pretty Deadly.
Couldn't get into Bitch Planet.
I love that book.
I just couldn't. I'm not a fan of her writing. I can't get into it.
Gabe, come back and take Luis's place.
I guess, yeah, everybody's going to say the obvious choices for Dazzler. Tom King, Mark Russell, stuff like that.
Marjorie Liu.
Marjorie Liu?
Yeah, because she's like one of the current female writers most associated with the X-Men, unless, what's her name? Was it Christina Strain, I guess is her name, who's doing the current Generation X, unless she gets bigger with that. One of them would be good. Marjorie Liu's done a hell of a lot of good stuff on the X-Men.
Who's doing Monstrous right now?
That's Marjorie Liu.
That's Marjorie Liu, right? Yeah, she was at the con this weekend.
She did X-23. She did Astonishing X-Men. Maybe that's all she's done, and I'm just overreacting here, but she's done a lot of good shit.
I really need to read Monstrous.
Wait, what's Monstrous? It's not the manga?
This is not a manga.
I think there is a manga called Monstrous.
There's a manga called Monster.
Monster. Okay.
Yeah, there's a manga called Monster that's written by
Okay, that's the one I've read.
No,
Obviously, it made an impact on me. What's Monstrous? I haven't read it.
I haven't read it either, but I know that Marjorie Liu writes it, and it's very praised.
Yeah, I've heard it's really good.
Okay, so none of us have read it.
But if you dig and stuff, Marjorie Liu writes a hell of a good run on the Astonishing X-Men. I will say that.
Hmm.
By the way, I did something really exciting, and I actually thought of my definitive, at this moment, top 10 list of X-Men comics.
You got it? You got the top 10?
I finally got it down. I was so excited because I've never thought about it before.
Oh, it's for your Tumblr page?
No, I just thought about it for myself.
What do you got, man? Let's hear it.
Okay, so let me try and remember exactly what the order was. I think number 10
Dazzler.
was Dazzler. No, number 10 was I haven't read Dazzler, the original series yet. I have it on my computer, but I haven't read it. But number 10 is Simon Spurrier's X-Men Legacy series with Legion. Number 9 is Ecstatics by Milligan and Allred. Number 8 is... God damn it. I don't remember, because there was one that was like a tie. I think 7 and 8 were a tie between Jason Aaron's whole Wolverine plus Wolverine and the X-Men and Mike Carey's X-Men / X-Men Legacy.
Mm-hmm.
Number, what is that, 8 and 7? Number 6, I think I had X Factor by Peter David. Number 5 was, if I recall correctly, it's Astonishing X-Men by Joss Whedon. Number 4 is New X-Men by Grant Morrison. Number 3 is Uncanny X-Force by Rick Remender. Number 2 is The New Mutants by Chris Claremont. And number 1 is Uncanny X-Men by Chris Claremont.
Wow. How long did it take you to do that? Because you've got your knowledge of X-Men is crazy.
Yeah.
I sat down and I was like, I always refer to things as my one of my top 10 X-Men series, but I've never really hashed out exactly what order I think in. So I just thought about all the ones that I keep mentioning and then where I would place them in relation to everything else. Excuse me. And it took me maybe an hour to
I churned them all out pretty fast, except like when I got to the very bottom, like the last couple of them, I was sitting there trying to remember every different series I've read, and then I was like, oh, like I actually forgot about Ecstatics, and I was like, I know there's something else out there. I know there's something that I keep mentioning, and then I was like, oh, it's Ecstatics, and then like right after that, like 11 and 12, I would say like Kieran Gillen's X-Men stuff, and X-Force by Craig Kyle and Chris Yost would be right after my top 10.
That's a flawed list. It didn't have the White Queen in it.
Yeah, it does. White Queen is in Uncanny X-Men.
Oh. I thought you were just saying, okay. I thought I was thinking something else. Actually, I wasn't paying attention.
Yeah, that's right. That's what I thought.
What is your favorite Wonder Woman story? I haven't read much Wonder Woman, so I'm just going to say the one that I've read, Brian Azzarello's run.
My favorite is one I can't pronounce. The Hikatea. Hikatea.
Hikatea by Greg Rucka, right?
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
I love that. Just pinning Batman down with her boot, just his head on the ground. It was awesome.
Yeah, I haven't read a ton of Wonder Woman, but I mean, the one that I've read the entirety of is the Brian Azzarello.
Yeah.
But I have the stuff by George Perez, and I have the what's it called, the Greg Rucka first volume ready to go, and I'm also reading the current Greg Rucka series, which is still pretty middling in quality compared to the other stuff.
Oh, really? I thought I had heard good things about it.
I mean, it's good. It's just not up to par of what you'd expect.
Oh, okay.
Who should write Daredevil who hasn't done it yet?
Riley.
I was going to say me too. I was actually just going to go me. Actually, like, honestly, would probably be a bad idea because I don't think I could write that character very well.
You don't think so?
I mean, I know the character well from like Kevin Smith on, but I don't think that would do me justice of knowing how to write him. Ooh, Chris Priest would be a good writer on Daredevil.
That's a good choice. Okay, so what character would you guys feel that you would like to write?
Who would I like to write?
Mm-hmm.
Me am no good writer, though.
If DC or Marvel walked up to your door right now, Jess, and said you could pick any character, who would you write?
Zatanna.
Zatanna? My girl is obsessed with Zatanna, and she wants to find good Zatanna stories.
Oh,
There's that little Dini book that came out.
That's a great book.
I would say for me, either Spider-Man or Wolverine.
I could definitely see you writing a Spider-Man story.
Maybe I could write a good.
I have a Spider-Man story. I have the notes somewhere in my bag.
That's pretty cool.
Maybe I could tackle Harley Quinn.
Geo, I could see in Humans. Like, that's just a given. Geo would write in Humans in a heartbeat.
Yeah, here's my notes for my. These are like really brief notes that I took for a Spider-Man story a while ago.
That's pretty cool.
It's like I had 3 different parts on here, and then I have a Wolverine, like a bunch of little Wolverine stories that I've thought up for him. And then I don't know that I'd be like good to do an X-Men team book. I thought about X-Force though.
Somebody's saying Jess should write Captain Carrot.
Captain Carrot. Am I colored like a carrot? I know I have pinkish skin.
I don't know, who would I write? I don't know. I don't. I'd actually kind of like to write a Nightcrawler story.
That's cool.
I like Nightcrawler.
Is he dead or alive right now?
I don't know.
It's alive.
He's alive, right?
Yes.
And it's not.
Yeah,
it's not Age of Apocalypse Nightcrawler. It's actual Nightcrawler, right?
Yeah, he's the original OG.
Because for a while there, they had Age of Apocalypse Nightcrawler in the universe.
Yeah, he was in Uncanny X-Force, and he was also in like a couple of the other. He was in a couple of the other series.
Everybody's saying, Riley, don't call Christopher Priest by Chris. You call him Christopher because he gets infuriated when you call him Chris.
Oh, will he
Apparently,
block you on Twitter?
because I made a joke saying I'd call him by Jim Owsley. I was joking with that. I just wanted to make that joke just because, like, that's the name that he used to go by when he'd write comics was Jim Owsley.
Giovanni's already throwing his pitch out there in the chat. I'd write them Game of Thrones style and introduce warring factions inside Attilan, examining how inhuman society works. Actually, that sounds really good.
Favorite Humanoids book? I can tell you my least favorite Humanoids book. Savage Highway. That thing sucked.
Damn. I felt the heat in that suck.
Yeah. I splattered my screen with it.
Was it that bad?
Oh my goodness, what a mess. What a horrible hot mess that book was.
Jesus.
I have no idea how it got made. It's just one of the weirder things I've ever read. And it's just slapdash, terrible ideas, nothing's going on in it. It's awful. So that's my least favorite Humanoids book.
That bad, huh?
Yeah, Mike Ashley owes me my money back. I bought that from him. Damn it.
Oh, man. I'm sore.
I did a review Humanoids book, Different Ugliness, Different Madness. That was a great book.
Was it?
Yeah, that's a Humanoids book I really loved.
I don't think I've read anything from Humanoids, so I couldn't really say anything at all. I've been meaning to because I feel almost like obligated to read something from Jodorowsky, given his like the fact that he's from Chile and that's where my mom was born.
Oh, okay.
But like I still haven't read anything.
I keep forgetting you're half Chilean.
That's me.
I keep forgetting that. Like, I know you're Spanish, but I keep forgetting what Spanish you are.
Which artist would you like to see doing Punisher? Well, I'd love to keep seeing Steve Dillon doing Punisher, but obviously that's not going to happen.
That's not happening. I just found out this weekend that Gabe is half Mexican. I did not know that.
I'm the token white boy in this group.
You're the minority now, Jess.
That's right.
I want to see Brian Lee O'Malley draw the Punisher.
That would be interesting.
That would be the weirdest Punisher.
He's killing people with a smile.
Oh man, who else would be good on the Punisher?
Who are the guys that do like Itty Bitty Hellboy and Little Batman and all that stuff?
Yeah, Art Baltazar and I forgot who the other person is on that team.
Have them do Punisher.
How about Rob Liefeld? That way he has way too many pockets and all his guns are just like squares.
Oh, Liefeld. Where the?
I'm looking at all my books and just trying to think of like which artist would be the worst on the Punisher. And that's who I want to say.
Which artist would be the worst on the Punisher? Who's the one that does the art in Low?
Oh, that one guy.
There you go. That's your answer.
Greg Torcini.
Yeah. Not a fan of his art.
Well, you're just Haiti McHater tonight, aren't you?
Oh, I'm on a bitch streak tonight. Ah, there it is. I was looking for this, man.
You know what would be a weird artist on the Punisher would be Rob Guillory.
That would be. I would love to see that.
It would be fun. It'd be really weird though.
Yeah. Scotty Young on Punisher.
I love Scotty Young. I hate Punisher Land.
I was gonna say it'd be like I hate Fairyland, but with the Punisher.
Just mowing everybody down, cutting them in half.
I hate Punisher.
Or I Punish Fairyland.
Yeah.
Have you guys
The
ever
Punisher punishes Fairyland.
Have you guys read I Hate Fairyland? It's actually pretty good.
Yeah, I love it.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun.
It's a lot of fun.
I'm looking forward to the hardcover edition.
Frank Miller on Punisher, but like current Frank Miller art.
No, that's so bad. No.
Oh, Remender's Last Days of American Crime. I read that a long time ago, and I can't remember it. I remember liking it, but I can't remember much about it. It's one of those things I read 2 years ago. But it's really good. I remember liking it a lot.
Ooh, what about Craig Thompson doing the Punisher?
What? Ha!
It'd be like, hold on, let me see. I can't see my own camera. Yeah, that would make some good Punisher artwork right there. Or Mike Allred on the Punisher, that would be fun.
I haven't read Remender's Punisher, so I can't comment.
What was the question?
Thoughts on Remender's Punisher?
I particularly enjoy Remender's Punisher, and I realize and I respect the fact that a lot of people don't.
Huh.
It's mostly because people say that he doesn't write the Punisher as the Punisher. Which I mean, it's kind of true, but that's kind of what he was going for in the run, was to take the Punisher and make him like say, hey, this character should not work at all in the Marvel universe. This is what, you know, we should do to him to make him, you know, actually survive, and basically fucking killed him and turning him into Frankenstein's monster. And that's like, it's just so ludicrous and so ridiculous that that's why I love it, is like, it's just completely out of left field. And a lot of the reason people didn't like it, especially at the time that it was being published, is they're like, you know, angry because people have this sense that this is what the character is going to be from now on. But if you know comics at all, then you realize it's just going to go back to normal anyway. And sure enough, it did after like a year. So why not enjoy the ridiculous Frankenstein's monster and
let it happen. And that's what I did. And I read it. I bought that series 3 times. I bought it in singles, I bought it in paperbacks, and then I bought it in the omnibus. Like, I liked it that much.
Wow.
I've reread it multiple times as well because I enjoyed it that much. And like I said, I respect the fact that people don't enjoy it, but I think it needs to be looked at in the context of what it was and not as like the same type of Punisher story as Garth Ennis's Punisher or as what's it called, Greg Rucka's Punisher.
Mm.
Did you ever read Greg Rucka's Punisher? How is that?
His Punisher is amazing.
Is it?
His Punisher is like, it's this very nuanced, very quiet. Like, he does not talk most of that series, and it works because it's like, it's just part of that character, who he is. Like, most of it is just you really get into his head. But it was a really great run. They introduced a really interesting kind of partner for Frank throughout that series. I think that it was unfortunate that it had to end, because it could have gone on forever and I would have been following it for as long as I could. And I also still think it's rather dumb that it hasn't been published as an omnibus edition, because it's up there with like the best Punisher runs as far as what I've read. I've read a decent amount of Punisher stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Is it all in trades? Or have there been Ultimate collections or anything like that about it? Because I've been wanting to read it.
Just regular trade paperback collections.
I was thinking Mike Mignola on Squirrel Girl.
Oh yeah. Did y'all see the Batman and Harley Quinn trailer?
I did not.
No,
I watched it and I thought it was really bad.
Uh-oh. Was she not good as Harley?
No. It's like they just were watching Big Bang Theory and were like, oh, that chick sounds like she might be able to pretend she's Harley Quinn.
is it that bad?
It doesn't sound right at all.
Just get Tara Strong. Why don't they just get Tara Strong to do it?
Maybe she didn't want to. Maybe they didn't have the money. I don't know. It's probably a good reason why she said no. But I will disagree that Rucka's Punisher is too short for an Omni, because Devil Dinosaur has an omnibus, and that's
Yeah.
So any argument about a series being too short, I just point at Devil Dinosaur.
How long is Devil Dinosaur?
Devil Dinosaur is one of the older Omnis.
Mad Fractions Hawkeye has an omnibus, and that's only 15 issues.
It's 20. His is 22.
Hawkeye?
Yeah.
Really? I thought it was shorter than that. No, you're right.
That's 22. 15 issues is Young Avengers by Kieran Gillen.
There we go. Okay.
Yeah, Young Avengers by Kieran Gillen is only 15 issues. Superior Foes of Spider-Man is like 17 or 18 issues.
Yeah,
Devil Dinosaur, 9 issues.
Oh, wow. Yeah, but there's like a good 4 or 5 issues in Superior Foes of Spider-Man that Spencer didn't write.
Yeah.
The Adventures of a Boy and His Dinosaur.
Yeah, I implore y'all to go check out that trailer and just it's not right. Like it's like as if I was going out there and like they told me that they wanted me to play Kermit the Frog because I sound like Kermit the Frog, and then I go out there and I'm like, Kermit the Frog here, and that's the only thing I can say. And then like I get paid a ton of money to do that, but honestly, like I don't deserve the money because it's a really like it's not that good.
It's that bad. Wow. I'm gonna check that out after.
Yeah, I will too.
I know Jess will be heartbroken. That's one of his favorite characters.
I know. That bums me out.
That's his waifu.
Any more questions we're getting?
I don't know. I'm probably needing to get off of here because it's already 9:30.
It's getting... Yeah, that's right. You're an hour behind us. I'm finishing up dinner.
I haven't even eaten dinner. I just had PB&J.
That is dinner for a lot of people.
That's a good
Ah.
dinner.
Not dinner for me, guys. I got pork chops waiting for me.
Ooh.
Oh, nice.
Pork chops and taters.
Pork chops and taters. That sounds really good, actually.
I was supposed to go to a happy hour with my work tonight, but I told them I can't. I've got a stream to do.
Aw.
I also had to catch the bus because I don't have a car right now.
Holy smoke.
You took the bus?
Yeah.
I feel so sorry.
Yeah, I had, like, my car's been in the shop, or not in the shop, at the dealership waiting to get, like, they haven't even looked at it yet, and it's been in there for 4 days.
Oh, you're kidding. That's not fair.
Yeah.
Why?
But I called so many times asking about it, and then I talked to their, like, the service, the director of their service department, and he basically just tried to make me feel like I was an idiot for telling them that it's been too long, that it's been in the shop. And he's like, well, you don't understand how our business works. And I was like, I understand that you have a really shitty business model.
Making your customers wait 4 days.
Like, the thing is, I can understand if I just came out of thin air and was like, hey, here's my car, take it, and then left. But I scheduled an appointment 3 days ahead of time, dropped my car off on time for the appointment, and then said, all right, well, just let me know when it's done. And then I left, and they haven't looked at it. Like, why make an appointment if the appointment doesn't mean anything at all?
Yeah, there's no point then.
And then they're telling me, like, well, we're so backed up. And I'm like, if you're backed up, then to me, the thing that makes sense of doing is telling people, like, oh, we won't be able to get you in until next week. Next week? Like, that's fine. Like, tell me next week, and I'll be like, oh, man, that sucks. Okay, I guess sign me up for next week.
Right.
Yeah.
And let me keep my car for the week. That way I'm not riding the damn bus.
Yeah. Or, like, bothering my wife to take me to work. Which sucks for her because I go to work 2 hours before she does. And I get off work an hour after she gets off. So,
Dude, that's a total inconvenience for her.
yeah, it's not very convenient for her. And I could rent, obviously I could rent a car because I'm there. I have cars there. I can just take one off the lot, but I don't want to pay for it out of pocket.
You don't get a discount or anything?
I do get a discount, but even with a discount, if I'm paying for it however many days, the comment when I said just let me know when it's done, that's not really how it went. I dropped it off and I said, you know, give me updates and stuff. You know, let me know what's happening. Let me know what the problem is as soon as you can. And then I called them literally like twice a day, every day after that, because I do know how mechanics are.
Yep.
Because I work not with, but like in conjunction with mechanics, dealerships, and body shops every day. And so I know that you have to light a fire under their ass or else they're not going to get stuff done.
Yep.
Unfortunately, like it, and there are really good mechanics out there, but unfortunately, like when it comes to dealerships, usually they don't employ the best ones.
Mm.
Dude.
Really?
As far as I've seen, at least here in Austin.
Huh.
But anyway,
Last month, I had to take my car to the auto shop because of that accident that I was in. I took it in March. I didn't get it till April.
some bullshit.
Took forever.
The thing is, like, if they would at least look at the car, they could send over a rental reservation. And given that I work for the company, like, I know how that works, and I'm just like, go into ARMS, set it up. I have all your information. Just tell me that it's authorized. Give me an RO, and I will do all the legwork.
Right.
I will set up. I will put all of your information in there for you because I have that information. And I've implied that I could make my own reservation and bill them for the rental if I wanted to, because I can. Because I know how to do that. But I'm like, I'm not going to do that unless you tell me it's okay. and they just because they haven't looked at it, they can't give me the authorization. I'm like, just look at the fucking car. Fucking look at it. Just tell me, like, yeah, there's something wrong. Go get yourself a rental, because I don't want to pay for it. Even with my discount, it's like $20 a day.
Fuck that.
Yeah, I'm not paying out of pocket. So I paid $250 to take the bus today, back and forth.
How was the bus?
There was this guy, and he was really, really loud, like talking really loud on his phone. And then after he got off the phone, he was talking really, really quietly to himself.
To himself?
And then he was talking a little bit louder to a woman sitting next to him. But I'm not quite sure if she understood what he was saying, because he would keep talking to her. And it was weird because he was on the phone in English, talking to someone who was obviously family, but then he was trying to talk to the woman in Spanish, but it seemed like that she did not understand Spanish at all. And I was like, what are you doing? Like, obviously you want us to, if you want to talk to someone and she doesn't understand you, just switch back to English and maybe she'll talk back to you. I don't get it.
I'm so glad I don't have to take the bus anymore.
And he kept repeating himself over and over and over again, looking at her and like saying it louder and louder and louder, and she wouldn't respond. And I'm like, why don't you just ask her the same thing in English? Because we were just talking in English on the phone, really loud.
I took the bus one time because this was before I had a car. I woke up. I fell asleep. I wake up to this guy 2 inches away from my face, and I go, "What the fuck is wrong with you?" He goes, "The space aliens have come and read your face." I got off at the next stop.
I believe it.
I hate the bus. Can't stand the bus.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan. Also, like, it takes twice as long for me to get to work, and I already work early, so
Yeah.
it's like it takes even more of my time.
Dude, then you're just gonna have to get on their ass about it.
I'm the next plan, because they've told me like all day yesterday and today. They're like, "Oh, your car's next in line. It's next in line." I'm like, okay, that doesn't mean jack shit to me.
Nope.
So I'm like gonna call, and if they don't get it set like by midday tomorrow, I'm gonna have a tow truck take it from them and take it to another place.
Yeah.
After I figure out, they can either, because I also called CarMax, because that's where I bought my car from, and they were like, "Oh, well, you have like this warranty, so you can use the tow. If you want, we work with this shop, and they get shit going usually like the day of." He didn't say shit because customer service, but they get that stuff going like the day of. And just call them and organize it, and then you can have the tow truck take it from Ford and take it over to the shop instead. And I was like, okay, cool.
Yeah.
So I'm going to see about that and see if I can schedule it. If not, if I can't get it in, I'm going to schedule with CarMax's body shop or service center, because at least they tell you like, hey, I'm not going to have an opening until Wednesday.
Yeah.
Okay, for letting me know. I'll schedule it for Wednesday when you tell me you have an opening. I'll get my car back. I'll drive it for the week, so I don't have to use the bus or my wife, at her mercy. And if the car blows up, fuck it. I just get another car, I guess. But like, at least I don't have to use the bus.
That's why they got car insurance, man.
Yeah, I hope car insurance covers for cars going up.
Jeez, dude. That
Like, I really want to get another car anyway, so fuck it.
That is terrible, man. I've never had this many problems with cars.
Luis,
I've never really had one either. I just kind of the last time I was having car troubles, I was like, I went to my wife and I said, "Hey, you want a new car?" And she's like, "Yeah." So we just got a new car. This time, she's like, "Well, this one's not even paid off yet, so I don't want you to go ahead and sell it." And I was like, "Well, fuck," because I really want to. And I don't want to defer payment or anything. Like, I don't want to do any of that bullshit. So I'm stuck, and I hate it because I took the sacrifice and I got her old car, and she drives the same thing that I used to drive. So Now she has a nicer car, and I don't.
Hmm.
Luis, who won the Doctor Strange omnibus?
There was only like 5 people that entered, and Gio's name was the one that was pulled out. There wasn't that many people that entered into it.
Hmm.
In fact, it should be on the way to Puerto Rico by now.
How did you do that? You put all their? Did you have to type all their names into a thing?
Mm-hmm.
A random generator, and
Mm-hmm.
it picked a name for you?
Yep. You just type it into a computer. I have a program that does it. It's an online thing, and Gio's name was the first one that came out.
Because I was thinking about giving something away for my 500th subscriber whenever that happens.
I'll message you what I use.
Okay. And how did you have them enter? Just in the comment section?
No, it was when I was trying to raise money for my car situation.
Oh.
Yeah. That sounds fishy. Wow, thanks, Will. That was weird. That was my cat.
This sounds fishy.
What is my cat doing?
I use the same thing for giveaway, like that I did a long time ago, like randomizer name generator thing. You just type everyone's name in there and it pops something out.
And where did you have them enter their name? In the comment section? Or?
No.
Yeah, I just got comment, like people put their name in the comments of something and then or just comment on something. And then I took the names and put it into a generator so that like it would just randomly pick a person.
Mm.
Like it's a little bit of legwork, but
Yeah.
it's a good randomizer. I mean, you just look up, like I don't remember what I've been looked up, but it's pretty easy.
Read Monstrous. You'll think about cats differently. I don't know if I want to think about cats differently. My cat freaks me out sometimes.
If I don't like cats, then is that a good or a bad thing?
It's a bad thing.
Cats are agents of Satan.
How do you guys not like cats?
Because all the cats that I've come in contact with have been rude to me.
Really?
Rude.
Yeah. I mean, they either just flat out ignore me or they like scratch me.
Aw, Arya's a sweetheart. You would like her.
So either way, it's rude. I just don't like that. I think I gotta go, guys.
I do too.
Okay, dope. All right, guys, we're gonna go ahead and close this out. Jess, where can they find you, good sir?
They can find me on YouTube at OmniDogs Vault, where I will be giving away something for when I hit 500 subscribers. So I'll try and figure that out between now and then, how to do it. So OmniDogs Vault is my YouTube channel, and you can also find me on Riley Moore's Facebook page, the Omnibus Collectors Comic Swap and Community.
Third time's a charm.
He gets it when we do the news show.
Yeah, it flows easier when Riley's not breathing down my neck.
Oh.
I blame you.
Yeah, you nail it on the first try when we do the news show.
Yeah, that's right.
Riley?
You can find me on Google if you type in Omnibus Collector.
And you'll also be able to find him taking bus number 42.
It's actually bus number 3 for your information. Hopefully tomorrow's the last time for a long time.
Hopefully, you'll never have to take it again because buses tend to suck.
Unless I'm doing like the last time I took the bus voluntarily was because we were going to ACL Fest, and it's a lot cheaper than getting a ride share or something.
Where can they find you, Luis?
Quickly. I'm sorry. I'm eating. I'm sorry, Jess. Don't rush me. Before I choke. Damn it. Okay, I'm good. All right, you can find me here at Hardcover Reviews. Thank you very much for checking out this show, guys. It's been real fun tonight. Been kind of a laid-back, kind of chill night. Usually these Q&A episodes are. Next week should be Wonder Woman. Wonder Woman. That'll be on Riley's channel next week. Thank you so much for joining us. And if you want, you can follow me on Facebook and Twitter, found in the description below. And kick a few bucks our way, patreon.com/hardcover reviews. Tonight, the Jess and Hardcover News Show will be going up in probably the next 10 minutes because we recorded that earlier today. I just haven't posted it yet. So it should be going up in the next 10 minutes. Be on the lookout for that if you're a patron at the $5 level or at the $1 level because that's the video you guys are getting this month. So check
$1? I'm giving my services for $1?
For $1.
Holy
What a prostitute.
Yeah.
Don't make me choke. All right, guys.
That's what she said.
Hey.
The L for loser. But why though?
Have a good night, everybody. Take it easy. Bye.
Peace and love.